So here we are in Destiny, and I actually had a question from, let me show you, from a nice person, Mr. B-Boy, or B-Boy PT, asking about how I got my settings onto Destiny and what my exact settings were. Now I'm going to go through the Destiny in-game settings along with my settings on my Hori TAC, because my Hori TAC actually has custom settings that I've just grown accustomed to throughout all games. Because currently I really don't like these setups, just because I realize that there's way better use of these buttons on the side. These I don't use in particular except for when playing Battlefield. But I'll get to that in a minute. So my DPI is currently set at the dark blue. You can't really see what code, well, I guess you can kind of see it, what type of blue it is. So dark blue, which is, can't exactly remember the DPI is on the mouse, but that's all I have it set at. Now let me go to game settings. So my game settings, so I'm not using my main character, well I'm using my main character, but everything's put out. No, let's go to button layout. So I'm using green thumb. I kind of just got used to using green thumb. Uh, I would I would probably, if you're used to using the R1 or L1 button, whichever it was for melee, I would go with default. But I'm using green thumb just because it's easier access for meleeing when using my certain setup. My look controls before playing with the mouse and keyboard were actually around 4 and 3, and I switched between 8, 9, and 10. I recommend 8 because 8 isn't too high and 10 is pretty ridiculous, and you have to lower the DPI. What else? But yeah, that's pretty much those settings on that. But now let's get to this. Now, if you don't know how to change what your buttons are gonna do, here, let me show you real quick. So there's actually a switch back here. If you have one of these, you'd know. But if you flip that switch, so now you have it in a mode where you can actually separately change each button to a different button. And as you can see here, this is actually, I'll go off the bat. So this is already set as my options, my share button, and this is the standard L3 for sprinting and running. Now I'm going to go off the top. So I swapped my triangle with L1. My up is still up, down, left, right, still the same. But I actually swapped my circle with R1 just so my fingers have easier access between sliding through. My snipe is at nothing. I'm probably eventually going to change that, but as of now I don't know what to do with that. My up is up, left, right, down. These I really don't mess with because I don't use very, very often to change everything through. My quick, nothing. My walk is R3, which is melee. So it's quick, easy access when I'm going through. I'm running. Using the supers, or if you're playing Destiny, you get your supers and you got your melee right here off the jump. And my X is, well, still X. I haven't changed that. Now, but if you want to switch them, if you don't know how to, you actually hold the button you want to switch, and you click these down here between each, and go up and down, and you'll eventually show you what each button could input as. Now this, I really don't mess with this. I know you can have 3 profiles on it, but instead of having 3 separate profiles in which I have to memorize, I instead just kept 1 profile throughout all games. Now for my mouse is a little different. These used to be nothing, but I actually swapped these out to left and right for Battlefield uses. So when I'm playing Battlefield and I have my assault, my med pack, and my defibs, or I'm a engineer, I'll have my repair tool as a far square and this new Q, which I think it was, I don't remember exactly what this is. This is quick or something like that. I'll actually put that as my repair tool or rocket launch, depending on what my settings are. Now these on the side, I found these to be extremely useful. Like, I couldn't believe how I didn't think of this, or someone else hasn't thought of this before. But these I actually have as this one right here is my reload, and this one back here off my thumb, the original R1 button, is actually my crouching, which I can't believe how easy that is. And I actually swapped this one out for triangle, and my left trigger and right trigger, obviously L2 R2. But that's pretty much how my settings are. You know, there's nothing crazy about it. I just had to. It took me about a week or two before I really figured out what I like and what I want to keep with. Um, so yeah, that's about it. My character right now has nothing good really except for Jade Rabbit, but yeah, that's really what my settings are for this. I really, it's really personal preference on what you choose as your DPI. Cause right here it looks purple, but the truth is it's like the below. Here I'll go all the way to the top. So from the top, which is like almost a white light, I go 1, 2 down, and from the very bottom, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. In case you want to know, but I think it's 800 or 600 DPI. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, in case you want to see my button setup, that's pretty much what it is. Nothing special. These I did not change. I don't use these like at all. I don't think you actually are supposed to use these. I'm honestly not too sure. I haven't seen anybody go across and just, somehow magically use your thumb down here. But that's pretty much what I have my game settings on for this game. Now each game is obviously different. For Battlefield, I'm probably running about 50 sensitivity or so, and this one I'm running at 8. But yeah, for this was all for one person, Mr. B-Boy PT 1986. I just wanted to see your question, and I couldn't respond for some reason. It won't let me send the message directly, probably because you have a private account or something. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful and you get used to it. And if you don't get used to it, you could give some time. But me myself, I couldn't really play Destiny with the Hori TAC too well. I'll have my days where I'm on and off, and I think my DPI on trials went down from 49 to I believe 30 now, which is still pretty high, but it's below average. And my pretty much overall in general, everything's pretty low now. But I'll be honest, I've been able to do some crazy stuff with this, and I'm really helpful because this is maybe not my most favorite thing to use while playing Destiny, because I actually still have my remote just for Destiny. That's the only game I use a remote for. But that video I uploaded was all that, and I have other clips on that. But lately I've gotten so used to this on higher sensitivities, on sluggish games with less problems of stability compared to Destiny, which really does not care and is not in any way generated for the it's not in any way created for multi-purpose besides consoles. Now, if Destiny was created for PCs as well, or computers in general, I bet you the sensitivity, or at least the stability issues the game has, would be a lot a lot nicer, more friendly compared to now how rugged and rough it is. But yeah, this is the video I just wanted to send in real quick about the Hori TAC and the sensitivity and settings I'm rolling with. Now, me myself, if you guys want to know, I used to play pretty close in when I was super getting into it, but now I probably have an almost a foot and a half a distance from the right between my hand and this, and even sometimes I move this little to the side to get more comfortable, and now about an almost full wing spread across this lengthy table I have here. But yeah, I just wanted to do this for B-Boy, and hope you enjoyed and hope this is helpful.